Happy Monday, everyone.
Welcome back to Chaos and Carry Ons. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Shelby.
Today, we're talking about Shelby's latest Disney trip, which was supposed to be a nice little 7 night vacation.
Keywords supposed to be.
But somehow, like always,
I did what I always do.
and she convinced Jordan just one more day.
One more day somehow became 3 more days. So 7 nights quickly became 10.
And nobody that's listening is surprised.
No, not even a little bit.
We're talking about all the extra days, our favorite park moments, some new restaurants, a hidden gem fireworks spot that we're definitely going to share.
And probably one of the funniest first day Disney stories that I have ever experienced.
Spoiler alert, it involves first aid
And blood.
and maybe a kid passing out.
And Jordan having absolutely no clue that any of this was happening.
It's very on brand. It's chaos.
So let's get into it.
Chaos and carry ons, let's go. Disney dreams in tow, you know. Every flight and every ride. Join the journey, come inside.
Okay, so walk us through 7 nights, and then you said just one more day?
Well, you know me. I started looking at the calendar.
Dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. And I realized if we stayed one more day and then another and then another, and then like, well, if you're already taking off that day for work, we could leave the evening before, drive halfway. We could fit in everything without rushing.
But Jordan never immediately says yes to this.
No, never. So there were spreadsheets, act surprise, pricing, DVC points, like, I promise this is the last extension. This is it. But
Yeah, he didn't believe that.
no, not for a second. But somehow we ended up with 10 nights. And while we were there, I tried to squeeze in the last night instead of coming home on Saturday. I was like, like Sunday, we could just go home tomorrow.
But Disney is one of those vacations where slowing down and taking your time does make a difference.
It really does. And we weren't rope dropping and going until close every day. We had lots of time at the pool, lots of resort time, shopping, good food. It did not feel rushed at all. I mean, I don't know how it could. There's 4 parks and 2 water parks. With 10 days, it's not going to feel rushed.
So we're going to start off on day one because this is one of the best stories. But I have to say that I was laughing. And when I told the story to Derek, I said, that's what she gets for always making fun of us.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to say I've always believed in karma, but after this trip, I'm going to watch my mouth from here on out. So, if there was ever a way for me to turn a relaxing afternoon at the water park into a full-on medical event, I would find it.
So let's stop right here and say that Disney has an awesome perk, which we have talked about this, that resort guests can get a free admission to one of the water parks on the day of check-in.
Yes, and again, like she said, we've talked about the water parks, but we had done Typhoon Lagoon before for an after-hours event, but we had never been to Blizzard Beach. So we decide this is perfect. Let's start the vacation at Blizzard Beach. Jordan immediately disappears to the big slides because that's his happy place. He loves that. But Taylor was scared because she's 8. And so she and I head over to the little kid area.
This is probably where people are like, what could possibly happen in the little kid area?
Yeah, you would think. So I'm helping Taylor with one of the tiny little slides that has like the inflatable tubes. There are 2 lanes to this slide. So we went down once, we're like racing, and I'm doing air quotes racing because I let her go down and then I waited, and then I went. She gets down first. She's like, oh my goodness, this is so much fun. I'm thinking this is seriously the lamest slide ever, but she loved it. So I'm like, okay, she wants to go again. We go again. I have no clue. To this day, I still don't understand how. I flip the tube at the end of the slide.
And I still don't understand how this happened in a kiddie slide.
I'm just going to say I have a very unique skill set. One second I'm riding, the next second I'm face first on concrete, belly on the ground, and the tube is sitting on the top of my back like a turtle shell.
I just want to ask, did you see any other a child do this all day?
Flip?
Yeah.
No, nobody flipped. Child or adult. Nobody. Nobody.
I just want to put it out there because people are probably like, this is a dangerous slide. I can assure you it was not.
Yeah. So, okay, the lifeguard at the end. So, I do want to say, I want to add this in that usually at the end of a water slide, the water is maybe 3 or 4 feet deep. So, flipping your
Mhm.
tube wouldn't matter. But because
Right.
this is a kid area, the concrete at the bottom was very rough. So, you could get like your footing to get out.
Mhm.
And it's only a foot deep at most. I would say maybe 18 inches. It was like not very deep, so shallow, in fact, like I said, I'm laying face first on this concrete, and I just looked up, and the lifeguard guy came over, and he was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I stand up, I'm mortified. I can see all the people in this slide. You wait in line until when you get done at the end, you take the next person your tube. They walk up and do the slide. So
Mhm.
there's this long line of people waiting that they all see this happen, and I'm so embarrassed. So the
The kids are like,
lifeguard's like,
"Mom, we don't wanna go anymore. It's too
"Yeah."
dangerous."
No. Well, I could even see this lady, like, she is, like, hitting her husband on the arm. She's like, "Did you see her? She just flipped it." And they're like, this wild ride in the kiddie area. So, I stand up, I'm trying, like, not to make eye contact with anybody, and I look down, and my knee is pouring blood, and that's when it hits me, like, "Oh, yeah, my oncologist just told me last week to avoid unnecessary bleeding because my platelets are low." Then immediately after that, I think, "Okay, my white blood count is also low." So, and I'm standing in the middle of a kiddie pool, which is obviously not ideal for somebody in that scenario.
Not a good place to start bleeding.
No, exactly. So I tell Taylor, we're going to go to first aid. I did sit down in a chair to the side to wait on Jordan, who, mind you, still has no clue. He's living his best life on the water slides. We have no phones because we're in a water park. I wait and think, surely he'll be coming in the next 10 to 15 minutes. At this point, I'm bleeding so much that people are starting to look. They're like, okay, ma'am, like, that's gross. So we go to first aid. They're getting me all cleaned up. Everything's calming down. And I look over and Taylor is white, ghost white.
Yeah, and I think her exact words in the text was, "Her lips were turning blue."
They did. So immediately I knew she was going to pass out, which I would insert in here that she does have white coat syndrome. So this is not an uncommon thing for us. She's passed out at the dentist, she passes out at the eye doctor. Any medical anything, it's the smell, I think, that gets to her, the alcohol and stuff. I don't know. So this is not uncommon, but I knew, okay, she's about to pass out. I grab her and we rush outside because I'm thinking fresh air will help. We get just outside of the first aid building and boom, she hits the ground.
Well, it was funny because when I retold the story to Derek, I think it was Derek that was sitting there when I was retelling this, and he said, "Was she sick?" And I'm like, "No, she does this all the time."
Mhm.
Like, I wasn't surprised by this.
Yeah. Well, as her mother, you would think that it would have crossed my mind, like, don't take her into first aid. But she
Yeah,
was sitting there with me while I'm waiting on Jordan, seeing this blood. It was fine. It wasn't even the sight of the blood that got her, it was being inside that first aid, I think is what
yeah.
it was. So, thankfully, the sweetest family ever from Europe rushed over and they were helping. Cast members came running from every direction. Somebody's grabbing water, somebody brought Mickey bars, another family is handing me applesauce and goldfish. It honestly felt like every single person within that vicinity just wanted to help us.
Yes, because that's my favorite thing about Disney is you're surrounded by parents, and the cast members are
Mhm.
so good to recognize when somebody needs help.
It was awesome, and the cast members were incredible. And all the strangers were kind. But meanwhile, I'm literally, and I'm not exaggerating at all when I say this, sitting there on the ground beside her, looking up at the sky. Lord, why me? Could we not have just eased into this vacation just a little bit?
Like, this is like day 3 things, not
I know,
day
right?
1.
This is day one.
No,
So
but that is, like, so on brand for Letson. Like, it's always like, boom, right out of the gate.
it is. And like I said, I'm keeping my mouth shut moving forward. So after about 10 minutes, Taylor starts feeling much better. Color's coming back. She's smiling again. Everything's okay.
So, we still have one missing family member in this story, though.
Exactly. Because remember, none of us had our phones. They're all in the locker. So now we go out trying to find Jordan, who has absolutely no clue anything has happened. I finally spot him on the complete opposite side of the water park, happily walking along in his little old man fishing hat that Derek and Stephanie got him in Hawaii. Big smile on his face, completely carefree.
I wish that we could insert photos into the podcast because I can
Oh my
picture
goodness.
exactly what it would be like because I know the hat.
So, if you've ever seen Forrest Gump, there's a scene where Forrest sees Lieutenant Dan on the shrimp boat. He starts waving like a crazy person. Lieutenant Dan waves back, and then Forrest accidentally crashes the boat. That is exactly how Jordan looked. He was so enthusiastically waving at us, absolutely clueless that we had just spent the last hour bleeding, fainting, making new international friends, and moving into first aid.
So when he saw you, did he know by the look on your face that it was like, oh no,
Yeah,
something
his
happened?
his hand slowly starts going down. So, I tell him, like, through gritted teeth because internally, I'm so upset. Now, I definitely knew deep down that he had no clue any of this happened. It wasn't like he knew and still was intentionally on these slides. He had no clue. But internally, I was so mad. And anybody that knows us personally knows our personalities is not surprised by this at all. But through gritted teeth, I get to him and I'm like, those better have been the best water slides you've ever been on in your entire life. But once I finally told him everything, he was just looking at me like, I can't, like, he didn't even believe me. I mean, my legs all bandaged up. Taylor's still a little bit pale. But once we finally were safe back at the resort, we laughed until we cried, replaying the entire thing from beginning to end.
And then she decides we're going back to the scene of the crime. I laughed when I got that text. I couldn't believe you went back.
We actually did because there were still things that we wanted to do that we didn't get to do. Because once we met up with Jordan, Taylor was like, we're getting out of here and I'm never coming back to this place. But I had a long talk with her and was just like, you can't let one bad thing ruin your entire opinion on something. And, it was one of those little like full house moments where they cue the background music, We went back and we had a blast. We all loved it. I did not go back down the kids' slide though.
That was everybody's next question.
Jordan did go on it. He went with Taylor. They went on it twice, and he came off and was like, "How did you do that?"
One time I got stuck in a Walmart parking space. We should tell that another time. But
Oh,
Shelby always
definitely.
says she would have loved to pull the footage of that. I would have loved to pull the footage of you flipping that tube
I
because
would
I just
too.
can't even imagine how it could be done.
I'm just thinking my favorite part of the whole thing was those people in line watching it all happen. It was not my favorite moment at the time, but it is now because then once they went on there, I'm sure they were like, "What in the world?"
So after she survived day one, then what parks did you end up going to?
So we did all 4 parks. We did both water parks. We went to Blizzard Beach twice and also went to Typhoon Lagoon. Because we stayed on site, we stayed most of our trip in the Polynesian. So we did Magic Kingdom and Epcot. We split them both like half days where we went back and rested in the middle of the day and then went back at night. We did not do that for Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. We just did half days there and then dipped out. So, a question that a lot of people asked me before we went because they're like, "Why in the world are you going in July?" This is our 3rd summer in a row going in June or July, and it was awesome. The weather wasn't bad at all until the end of our trip. It rained almost every day for like 10 to 20 minutes and cooled everything down. It did seem more crowded this year though compared to the last 2 summers. But I still think I prefer summer Disney trips over any other time of the year. I think I'm still on that hill.
It's definitely one of the less expensive times of the year to go. And the weather's predictable. You just know it's going to be hot.
Yeah, this is true.
So I think it's like if you go in the winter, you're like hoping that it'll be warm, but then when it's not, you're so disappointed. In the dead of summer, you're just like, it's going to be hot. We're bringing fans. It'll be fine.
Mhm. It's true.
So one thing that I've been seeing all over social media is the cool kid summer. So did you experience the cool kid summer?
We did. Disney added so many interactive things this summer They had so many dance parties. There were lots of characters just wandering around. It felt like old days of Disney and also like Disneyland, where there's not really a set spot where they're going to be. They're just walking around. You can get pictures with them, talk to them, whatever. They had lots of games and extra entertainment. Lots of fun surprises through the parks. Like Taylor got to play Duck Duck Goose with Donald and Goofy. Just some random kids that were just there. They all sat in a circle and started playing. And it was so much fun. I could tell that was a core memory for her. Her favorite activity of the Cool Kids Summer was the pin trading on boards that only kids can trade on. So, pin trading is a huge thing with Disney. I think most people probably know that. But she was so excited for the Cool Kids Summer boards because adults couldn't trade. And she was excited for that.
It seems like the Cool Kids Summer is moving people away from the rides. Like Shelby said, it's kind of like back to the old Disney because Disney didn't used to just be about rides, 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 and go, go, go. There was a
Mhm.
lot of kid interaction things to do, and it seemed like COVID kind of cut that out. So I'm glad to see them bringing it back.
Yes, and those moments ended up being my favorite of the entire trip, and I hope that maybe that lingers later, like, not just summertime, because it was awesome. We loved it.
So now we're going to go to our favorite segment that we always love to talk about. You can guess it. It's the food.
Mhm.
So we know that she said she did some new things. So tell us about what your favorite meal was.
We tried Topolino's Terrace at Riviera for breakfast for the first time after one of our last Disney dining episodes a few podcasts ago. You told that it was was it your number 1? Did you rank it
Yes.
number 1? Okay.
Yes.
So, I made sure we did it this time. It was in the itinerary, and it did not disappoint. It easily, hands down, is my number 1 favorite meal.
So which one did you feel like, okay, we're not going back there?
Teppanyaki in Japan and Epcot. It was horrible. One time was plenty. I did it for science.
Would you recommend like people to even try it or you were just no, don't even
No,
try it?
no. 10
Really?
out of 10 would recommend skipping it. It was horrible.
Wow. That she felt that strongly about it. Because normally you're like, you could try it for the atmosphere. You're just like, no, don't even
No,
waste your time.
I would not, and we enjoy eating hibachi type restaurants, but this one, when I saw the lady start cooking and she only seasoned the chicken with salt, pepper, and soy sauce, I kept waiting for the teriyaki, waiting for anything other than soy sauce, and she didn't even put that much soy sauce on there. I knew when she spooned that onto my plate, I was just like, "This is horrible. This is not gonna be good." It was horrible.
Okay, now you said a favorite fireworks spot. I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw this, that you were going to tease this, I was upset because I've known about this as a Poly lover and I stan the Poly. That is my absolute favorite resort. And Shelby acted like like nobody knows about it, which I don't think that they do.
No.
I was like, I cannot believe that you're going to tell the world about this.
Well, I've almost gatekept it. I almost did. But I feel like our listeners are cool, so
Okay.
I feel like they deserve it.
Okay.
So, right outside the building that we stayed in were the
Mhm.
bungalows that are out on the water. There's a little sidewalk that goes up a grassy hill towards the bungalows, but what people don't realize is that it has the perfect view of the castle. So we went to the pool area and got towels and Mickey ice cream sandwiches, and we had a little fireworks show dessert party. The beach area walking from the pool to this grassy area was so insanely crowded, and secretly I wanted to be like, "Hey everybody, follow me." But I was gatekeeping. So the grassy hill was so secluded, and we had the perfect castle view, perfect fireworks, the music, plenty of room, no crazy crowds, and it felt like we had stumbled onto a hidden gem.
Yes, it is a hidden gem. Like I said, we stay there all the time. We have sat there many, many times, and people don't sit there.
No, I think there were 3 families when we were there that night.
But sometimes it's like when you stumble upon something and you feel like you're the first one that ends up being your favorite thing.
Mhm. Yeah, the last time we stayed at the Polynesian, Taylor was 18 months old, and I don't think that we stayed there like, we were only there 2 or 3 days. I don't remember even watching the fireworks from the Poly at all. So it had been a very, very, very long time since we had even been there to see the fireworks. So I was excited. We actually watched them there multiple times.
So now we're going to do rapid fire, and we're just going to do, Chaos and Carry On style, this and that. So what was your favorite snack?
Pepperoni rolls at Hollywood Studios in Toy Story Land.
Favorite ride?
Slinky Dog Dash.
The most magical moment?
Watching Taylor with the princesses and Cinderella's royal table. It was her first time there. She loved it. It made me cry, per usual.
Everyone acts surprised.
I know, right? It felt full circle, though, because the last time that Jordan and I had eaten there was the night that he proposed.
And remember, you said that no moment would live up to that.
It did.
So what was the most chaotic moment?
We've already covered that.
Well, I love hearing the trip recaps because every vacation is completely different. It's, what it was, that little TikTok, it's like you always take a different kid on vacation, and you
Mhm.
really do.
Yes, even when you've been 100 times, there's always something new. A new memory, a new favorite, or apparently a new medical emergency.
Well, thankfully everybody was okay.
And thankfully, Jordan eventually found us.
But next week, we're going to switch gears because I'm going to tell all about my 30-day vacation. And apparently, we decided that vacationing during a heat advisory was a fantastic idea.
We're going to talk beaches, the heat, family memories, and all the chaos that came with that trip.
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd love to hear from you. So you can leave us a review wherever you listen to this podcast, and then you can follow us over on social media and share this episode with your Disney-loving friends. But don't tell them that it's going to tell you where you can watch fireworks at the Poly. Leave that out. Maybe they'll just breeze by it and they won't notice.
Exactly. So with that, we'll see you next Monday. May your flights be on time and your luggage never lost. But if it's not, that's where the fun begins.
Pack your dreams, it's time again. The world's our map, so tell a friend. New horizons, stories spin. Season 2, let's dive back in. Theme parks glow, the stars ignite. Wishes dancing, neon light. Sail the seas and chase the breeze. Every laugh and memory. Chaos and carry ons, let's go. Disney dreams in tow, you know. Every flight and every ride. Join the journey, come inside. Come inside. From Mickey ears to sunset hues, every port brings something new. Feel the sparkle, let it flow. Magic's calling, time to go.